Popo. He sits in my desk drawer while I work. All right. Oh, well, it's like 100 degrees here in Florida today. Let me see. It says 95, but the real feel is like 102. So we're having a heat wave. Good heavens. And it's hopefully it will be better as we get further away from this past weekend. This was a really hot weekend. So I did the Pulse Memorial 5K, 4.9K. It's not a 5K, it's a 4.9K to commemorate the 49 lives that were taken that we did on Saturday morning. It was hot. But I will say it was really a joy to participate, even though it wasn't the greatest organized race this year, because it was new management this year. But I was glad they didn't cancel it because of the new management, and I was grateful to be able to participate and see friends, and had a personal best with my time, so that was really great. And but I feel like I am still wore out. Like I can't drink enough water. I can't. I'm just wore out. So I don't know what we're gonna do today. I will say it's a waning moon. So this is the moon in Gemini, and it is going up. We are coming. We've just had the new moon, and we're not still in the new moon energy, but we're just now in the goings up. So this is still a really good time to start looking at, what we talked about last week about where are you going and what is it that you want, and getting past the fear of asking for what you want, saying what you want, taking some time to really figure it out of what it is that I want to do, what is it that I want to achieve or have or be or do, especially as we're coming into this new period of time. We've passed the beginning of the astrological cycle, so we're not in the new year as far as that goes. But every month, every moon cycle is the beginning. It's a beginning, and so it's never. I love this statement, this phrase that a friend of mine had said, that you could start a diet in the middle of a bag of potato chips. So it's never too late. It's never not time for us to connect or communicate or to start something fresh. So it's here. It's 4:30 in the East Coast. And this has been our normal time for like all these years that we've been meeting on 4:30. But last week I had to push because I was meeting a very special friend for lunch. And I was very, very grateful to be able to have time to spend with my beautiful friend Jody. We came and we met here together at 6:30. So I'm wondering if later is better. We had a whole lot of people that were able to join us, that were new faces, new names. And so if you have an opinion about earlier in the day or later in the day, I would love to hear it. I really would love to, because our goal is always to connect with as many people as possible. So, all right, so having said that, we're going to just jump right in with some cards. I still am feeling super tired and wore out, so I just not channeling a lot right at the minute, so I don't want to put energy into that may be like a false channel. So it's always really important to make sure that you're self-assessing and you're taking care of yourself and looking at like, well, where am I and what am I doing and how am I feeling and all that kind of thing. Just knowing that I feel like I can't drink enough water and that I keep yawning, I just feel like I want to make sure I'm a pure channel. I always want to be a pure channel, because you don't want to open up the opportunity for like negative energy to come in if you're feeling depleted. So I always want to be a pure channel. So I pulled this card. I always like to start with the animal spirits cards. So I pulled this card. This is the shark card, and you'll see it's upside down. I don't know that these cards were designed to be upside down or right side up, but it says, trust your instincts to discern the truth of the situation. And I pulled it, but I hadn't looked at it until I showed it to you. That is always what I try to do is I pull the card, and I won't really engage in it until I'm going to share it with you. And so I didn't realize this was the shark card when I said that. So it says, trust your instincts to discern the truth of the situation. And so this really follows in with, honoring your self-care and valuing where you are, and understanding that you can't be everything to everybody, and that it's okay to take a step back and say, I need a minute. You don't have to be mean about it. You don't have to be anything about it, but it's really okay to say, I just need some space. I need to take a breath for myself. I need to prioritize my self-care. I can't go to every party. I can't be at every event. I can't participate in everything. And there are things that we want to participate in, and then there's other things that maybe we participate in because we feel like we're supposed to. So it's okay to say yes to this, no to that. Like, it's okay to not be involved in every single thing. That self-care is really, really important. So I want to make sure that we are connecting with that. I'm trying to get a little bit more light. So as you see, we still do not have window treatments for the new windows, so you can see my neighborhood going along. We probably won't have new window treatments for a while. We're trying to decide what we want to do, but you do get this beautiful view of my beautiful tree, Nechama. This is Nechama, my beautiful tree that you hear me talk about from time to time. I go out and I touch Nechama, and I talk to her, and I put my feet in where her roots are. She really protects. You can see out the window how she really just protects this big window. And if you go up, this window has an up there. Let me see. This window has an up there, and so she really is the guardian of our property here. And so we really appreciate her very much. So okay, so we're gonna just pull some cards for the collective. It doesn't look like there's anybody on right now, and that's okay. So we'll just pull some collective cards, and then we may just leave it there. So this first card that comes in upside down is the Imagine card, and when we dropped it. When we have the Imagine card, is when it's upside down like this, we're looking for the other shoe. When we're imagining, we're looking for the other shoe. Okay, so if we have the Imagine card, we're looking for what's possible, what could be happening, what could be blessing, where we could grow, what we could achieve. We're looking for all these amazing things that could be possible. But when the card is upside down, we're looking for the negatives. So we're being pessimistic about it. We're being, we're not seeing the benefit. We're not achieving the blessing. We're not being grateful, and we're not expecting the win. And one of the things about working with the power of the universe is really about expecting the win. And we are so raised in this society to not expect the win, to not be grateful, to not, just that everything is going to suck, life is going to suck, and, hi, Ellen, hi. Everything is hard, the world's out to get you, and all of these things. And so we're really conditioned to look for the negative. And so the Imagine card reminds us to look for what's possible, because so many things are possible. So many things are possible. And what happens is when we have this card upside down, it's reminding us that we might be focusing on the wrong things. So we might be looking for the things and looking at the things that are like, well, about this negative thing, and what about that negative thing? And so rather than letting ourselves get sucked into like the what ifs of the negatives, why don't we spend some time, this card is encouraging us to spend some time in the what ifs of the positives. What if you ask and they say yes? What if you go and it's an amazing experience? What if you, learn something about yourself? What if it's like you met the person of your dreams? What if? We're so conditioned to be like, what if it sucks? What if it's terrible? What if they don't like me? What if, right? But what if? I mean, it's just the change of inflection. It's a change of thinking. Instead of what if, it's what if? What if something amazing? Now, true, in full transparency, because I really do try to, hi Krista, I really do try to be transparent. There's been plenty of times in my life where I have not asked the question, not taken the step, not tried, not taken the opportunity to go visit fill the because I was afraid. Is this the right fit for me? Is this the right place for me? But those things come from fear and judgment. So this is so for example, this is an old example, but but it's something that, believe it or not, still stays with me. And the place isn't even there anymore. Okay, so those of you who follow me for a long time know that I was, for many, many years, a successful sales director with Mary Kay Cosmetics, pink Cadillacs and everything. Okay, and there was on the one of the main roads between where I live and to the airport, there was this giant, beautiful, what looked to be a pretty higher class gentleman's club. Okay, and for years I thought to myself, I should go in there. I should take my Mary Kay self in there and talk to these women. These women need good skincare. They're putting all this makeup on their faces, and they've got cash. And what am I? This is a great opportunity. I should. And I was afraid, and I didn't do it. And now it's like a vodka manufacturing, like to the club didn't survive COVID, and now it's something else. It looks like, but I love vodka. But totally not the point. But it was a missed opportunity. Now, it might have been like, yo, lady, get out. We don't really need you here. But it might have also been an amazing opportunity, an amazing experience. I am not a person that believes that money or a degree or a job position should be the thing that defines whether we're worthy or not. And I hope that that's something that you all can understand. The person who mops the floors deserves the same respect as the person who sits in the president's office, in the CEO's office. Okay, we've all had to work hard to get where we are and to do the things that we have accomplished, and we all deserve that same respect. So I knew a girl who did exotic dancing, not naked, but when we were in college, and she literally was putting herself through college by dancing. So she's super cute, super smart, very intelligent, very warm and sweet, not, anything like, I don't know, icky, skanky, And here we have these stereotypes that we're given, and they can cause us to be fearful. Stereotypes can cause us to be fearful in any, pick a stereotype, right? So this was an opportunity that I denied myself. Now, again, it could have been amazing. It could have sucked. But there's no way to know, and I'll never know now. And that's okay. So we say, for whatever reason, it didn't happen. Maybe it wasn't my right time, and we move along, okay? And we move on, and we say, okay, I can't change the past, so I'm not going to dwell on that, and I'm not going to beat myself up about it, because that's something that we do, right? We beat ourselves up about things that we didn't do, right? Or we beat ourselves up about things we did that we think we shouldn't have, right? We're very judgmental to ourselves. And so this is important about the Imagine card is, what if we were nicer to ourselves? What if we were nicer to ourselves? What if we were nicer as we imagine what's possible for ourselves? What if we said, if that idea pops into your head, it didn't come by accident. So whether you believe in it or you don't believe in it, or if you don't believe in it, don't do it. But we all doubt ourselves, right? We have that moment where we say, do I really want to do that? But if the idea popped into your head, there's a reason for it. Now, whether it works or it doesn't work, it falls under that whole throw the spaghetti at the wall and see what sticks kind of thing. And so if it works, great. And if it doesn't, then fine. But it comes to our judgment of ourselves and also our investment in it. So we put all our eggs in one basket and we think, this is the idea that's gotta work. And then if it doesn't, we totally fall apart and beat ourselves up. But if we throw the spaghetti at the wall and we say, well, this is another idea I'm gonna try. This is another opportunity. I'm gonna just see what happens. And if we throw it out there, something will come from it. Now, it might not be the thing that you threw. It might not be that spaghetti, but that spaghetti may, terrible analogy, this has gone on a whole weird direction, but the spaghetti may fall off the wall and land in another spot, okay? So let me clean that up because it just got really strange. For years, I have taught about planting and harvesting, okay? We are taught, if we look at logic and we look at the physical earth, if you plant corn here, you will harvest corn here. If you plant radishes over here, you will harvest radishes over here. But in the world of energy and manifestation, you could plant corn over here and get rutabagas over there and never get corn, but you'll get something even better. And so it isn't about harvesting what you planted where you planted it. It's about harvesting, it's about planting so you will be able to harvest. And not worrying about, well, I planted corn, I'm expecting corn. Yes, okay, we understand that that's the earth-based, I'm tied to the physical, I planted corn, I expect to get corn. But when you're working with the universe, when you're working in manifestation with the universe, if you plant the seeds and you do the work, the universe is going to harvest you a car over here, a new house, a partnership, something. It's not equal. We expect it to be equal because we are like raised in this logic, just the facts kind of a place. We say, I planted corn, I expect corn. And the universe goes, no, no, no. You plant the corn and you do the work to cultivate the corn. We're going to blow your mind with like the giant beanstalk. Okay, so that's how the universe works. So when we look at the imagine thing, the important part is for us to stop limiting ourselves. Stop limiting ourselves. So if the idea pops into your head, whatever the idea is, if the idea popped into your head, there's a reason for it from source, from spirit, from the universe that says, hey, there's something for you there. And it may not be that person on the other end of the phone call. Like you have this idea that says, I need to call that person. The place where spirit is trying to get you to go might not be the person on the other end of the phone, but it might be who that person tells, or it might be that something comes up in the conversation. So all of these things are connected, and our job is to do the work that we're given, right? So when the idea pops into your head, that's the work that you're given. So our job is to do the work that we're given, because when we don't do the work that we're given, who knows how many opportunities I may have cut off for those women down at the Gentlemen's Club, because I was a very successful Mary Kay sales director with a pink Cadillac and an income, an executive income. And so what happens if I had gone in there and not only shared skincare and color products with these women, but what would have happened or could have happened if I had shared the Mary Kay business opportunity with them, that perhaps they could have seen the value in the opportunity, decided that they wanted to be the consultant, and they could then be the representative in the Gentlemen's Club. And then that person's grows a Mary Kay business to get themselves into a more financially stable place where maybe they earn a Mary Kay car, or they are able to replace the income and they are able to have a more stable life. How many people did I deny that possibility because I was too fearful to walk in that door? I don't know. I will never know, because I was in the imagine of what if instead of the imagine of what if. And so that was my fear that led me to be cutting off the energy flow for me. And who knows what else I was cutting off that energy flow that could have blessed me and my family. And I cut off that energy flow, and I made the decision for those people that said, no, they don't deserve to have this opportunity, or they're not worth my time. And so I just always found excuses for why I was too busy to do it, right? So this is something that I use in my mind, not as a thing to beat myself up about, missed opportunity, look what you didn't do, but I use it to remind myself to take the opportunities when they come. So when something pops into your head and says, oh, maybe I should call that, maybe I should reach out to that, maybe I should see if I can be involved in that somehow. Because so often the answers can be yes, but only if we get in the game. Okay, so that was the first card. All right, the second card is no peace like home. No peace like home. Okay, and this is this reminder that we are, that we can be safe and comfortable in our own space, that we can take that feeling of being safe and comfortable with us where we go, that it goes really well with the Imagine card that says, hey, get out there and take that chance. And this safe peace at home is reminding us that we can do that and still be true to ourselves, and that we can still be true to who we are and how we want to live our lives, and that we can continue to bring that feeling of security and safety that we have in our home space, in that place that feels warm and cocoony, that we can take that with us as we go, as we imagine the what ifs that we could go out into the world to do. Okay, so this is reminding us to step out and see what if, and at the same time letting us know that we're safe as we're doing it. We're not at risk, we're not in danger, we are okay, we are going out. Now, this is not to say don't be stupid, okay? Please don't be a woman walking around, downtown alleys at night, or, something like that, to be using our common sense. But it is reminding us that we are protected, that we are safe, that we are not alone in the universe. We have so much love and guidance. And I just love this beautiful sunset that's here. But look at all the light that is emanating from the house. There's all this light, and here it is, the new moon, right? Here's the new moon, and here's all this light that's coming from the house. So we are so protected as we go out. It is our left brain that makes us think we're not. Okay, again, using real world common sense, of course, please. And then this last card is the Orphan card. And so often the people look at the orphan card and they think, oh, we've been abandoned. And that's not it at all. The orphan card comes from where we feel disconnected. We have created this disconnect by not connecting with others, by not stepping in, by not working in co-creation with the universe. We are not we are not allowing ourselves to be connected. Now, the other part of the orphan card is that it is also this reminder of the time that we need to rest and recharge. And this is what we were talking about at the very beginning, that it's important for us to take time to rejuvenate and regenerate and to refill our buckets and recharge our batteries. And sometimes we have to do that by being alone. And that's okay, that there's nothing wrong with us if we decide, like if you're, an empath especially, you may feel like, man, I really need some alone time to like recharge my batteries. And this is the orphan card is part of that too, that it's okay to disconnect. Okay, so this reminds us that we can be disconnecting, and maybe we want to take a look at that. Are we disconnecting from people? Are we disconnecting from source, co-creation, from connecting with others that fill us up? But at the same time, it's this conversation about, do I need to disconnect? And so it's not upside down, it's right side up. It says it's safe for us to disconnect. Okay, so again, we have that theme of safety and security, which comes into the peace at home card that says, it's safe for us to disconnect. If we need to disconnect and we need some time to fill our batteries by being alone, that is okay. And that we want to come back to this place of imagine, where we are not living in a place of judgment about the being alone. Because sometimes we get into this place of judgment, and this is one of the things I started to talk about when we first started, is we need to recharge our batteries. We can't be all things to everybody, everywhere, all at once. It's exhausting, and it's really important that we are protecting our energy, that we are that we are allowing ourselves this time to recharge. And so the Imagine card says, hey, you think about what's possible and what is out there for you, but at the same time we have this no peace like home that says you are safe, but it's okay for you to have this peace. It's okay for you to cocoon. It's okay for you to be self-care is the priority, 100%, always. And that all of these things, three things, are working together to remind us that we want to be looking at the opportunities out there in the universe and saying, well, what if, instead of, what if? And that we are in that safe place, no peace like home, that we are in that peace of cohabitating and co-creating with the universe, that we are safe, that we are working together, and that the orphan card reminds us that we are, that we have been disconnected from others around us, and it's okay for us to step back in, but it's also okay for us to step back out when we need that place, that time to recharge. So I think maybe we'll leave it there for today, because taking my own, taking the advice from the cards, it's going to be important for me also to rest and recharge. So my running partner and I, we went to run this morning, and both of us were like, nope. So we ended up with just a little bit of a power walk. So we're both still feeling really wiped out. So I think we'll leave it there for today. And I will look forward to being back with you and regenerated. Also, we know the energy at the new moon comes down, right? And we feel that depletion, and then we come back up in the time of the full moon. So we have had this energy coming down with the new moon that started on Thursday, and so this whole weekend has been over 100 degrees here in Florida, and then also into that time of the new moon. So we're just now starting to come into the up energy. And so I think I'm going to leave it there today for the, like I said, for putting that self-care and practicing what I teach. And we will look forward to having all of you back with us again next Monday. I don't believe we have meditation this Thursday, because I do believe that there is, I have another event on Thursday evening, but I am very honored to share, and I'll post some information. Oh, that's nice, Ellen. School in Ohio. We'll think cool thoughts from you. I am honored to share, and I will post more information about this as soon as I have it, that this coming Sunday, I will be doing the messages and the lecture for the Journey Within Church in New Jersey, in Pompton Lakes, New Jersey. Any of you who follow the mediumship community will know that the church was built and created by Janet Nohavec, the late Janet Nohavec, who was an absolutely incredible, stellar medium and incredible person. And she built this church, and then she unexpectedly passed away. And one of my mentors is the pastor there, now, and he asked if I would do the messages on Sunday and if I would do the lecture. So that will be this Sunday, the 16th, and I believe it's at 10 a.m. in the morning. It is on Zoom. I will post the link and the information. It's a huge honor to be asked to participate, and I also will be teaching 2 classes coming up for Journey Within, one in July and one in August. So there will be more information on that as that comes. I have the dates. I just have to get the flyers and the registration information. So stay tuned for all of that. It's going to be some really great, exciting stuff coming up. So anyway, have a great week. Stay cool. Stay cool. And remember, self-care is a priority. You are safe. Remember to ask yourself, what if? Not what if. What if? Because the universe is telling you, we got you, right? We got you. Always remember how very much you are loved. And I'll see you in a few days.